Presidency on Atiku's criticism of 2019 budget says Buhari's administration has made significant progress, especially in the agriculture sector. Information Minister inaugurates Mopol Barrack in Offa. Plus, police update on Badi's death. These and other stories on Panorama today. I'm Ian John. Thanks for joining us. The All Progressives Congress, APC, has released the names of members of its Presidential Campaign Council for the 2019 elections. A statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says President Muhammadu Buhari is the Council's chairman, while Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the co-chairman. Deputy chairmen of the Council include Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo and the APC National Chairman, Comrade Adams Oshomole. Senator George Akume is the Council's Vice Chairman, while Senator Ken Unamani is the Vice Chairman, South. Rotimi Amechi is the Council's Director General, while Senator A.O. Mamora is its Deputy Director General, Operations. The presidency has described the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar's criticism of the 2019 budget proposal as a poor attempt, high on rhetorics, but low on real solutions, since issues referred to were already highlighted in President Muhammadu Buhari's budget speech with detailed explanations.
A statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, says Atiku Abubakar's claim that the economy is yet to recover from the 2016-2017 economic recession makes it clear that Atiku does not understand the simple meaning of recession despite positive GDP growth. A careful look at Atiku's statement will show that there's nothing original about his identified realities. For instance, a look at the budget speech will show that the president specified a number of actions to tackle revenue weakness, including strengthening ongoing efforts at tax collection, liquidation of recovery assets, immediate recovery of past due oil royalty charges, and deployment of national trade window to improve customs collections. The statement further says it is laughable that Atiku's criticism was that there's little evidence to show that increased investment in agriculture has yielded positive results. Even the worst adversaries of the Buhari administration would acknowledge that significant progress has been made in the agriculture sector. The PDP presidential candidate also criticized high capital budget of 30% without acknowledging the high capital expenditure over the past two budget cycles continuing into the current 2018 budget cycle. Yet, Atiku is quiet about his plans to raise capital expenditure and reduce current spending.
And now talking security, just like engines need constant servicing to perform optimally, so do effective training enhance the armed forces service delivery. This is why the Nigerian Armed Forces constantly engages its personnel to keep fit and be up to date through training and welfare. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello takes a look at capacity building and welfare for Nigerian Air Force personnel in 2018.
The human being is the most important in every organization, and including the military. And unless the human being has what it takes to perform the task you are assigning to him, he or she will not be able to do a good job.
From training on the newly acquired Super Mishak aircraft to unmanned area vehicle, special forces training, basic fighter training, and the list goes on. The Nigerian Air Force in 2018 engaged officers and men in various capacity building programs and exercises for optimum performance.
The first set of Nigerian Air Force personnel to be trained on the newly acquired Super Mishak aircraft graduated in Kaduna, 18 of them. Some out of that number are going to fly with the United States Air Force now for basic fighter training. And of course, in addition to that, we have also done in-house training of UAV pilots. Of course, we have the graduation of 7 pilots in Kano that completed the basic fighter training. Right now, as I speak to you, they have finished their ground school on the Alpha Jet, and they are going to start flying. Some of them are likely going to fly. They are going to Morocco. The Moroccans are supporting us slots for training.
What other efforts have the Nigerian Air Force put in place for training in counter-insurgency operations in line with international best practices?
So capacity building, an international air power seminar was organized by the Nigerian Air Force, where in November, where we invited others who have been in this, who have faced similar problems that we are facing today, from Pakistan, from Turkey, from Morocco, and other from the US, from UK, and many other countries of the world to come and share with us their experiences.
Personal welfare is one other aspect that the force is placing premium on.
We have provided accommodation for hundreds of families of our personnel in different units all over the country. We have also ensured that we have hospitals that our personnel can go to, hospitals that are comparable to private hospitals. There is no machine that you get in any private hospital that is not in the Air Force hospital. In addition to that, our secondary schools. Our personnel have children and dependents that go to schools. So we have renovated most of our schools.
All these, many says, have been making positive impact in the force and has contributed to the successes being achieved in the counter-insurgency war, as well as the strife to ensure peace in various places where bandits and other criminal activities are reported. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
And in Kwara State, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed has appealed to the Inspector General of Police to, as a matter of urgency, put in place mechanism that will contain criminality in any form in Kwara State. The minister made the appeal during the official commissioning of the ultra-modern mobile police barracks, solely built by Ofa community and donated to the Nigeria Police in Ofa, Kwara State. Anthony Forson reports.
Located along Ojoku Road in Ofa, the mobile police barrack will provide accommodation for the commander. 44 flats of 2-bedroom each, fitted with all the necessary conveniences. There is also an admin block with offices, conference room, security cells, armory with a guard post. Leading dignitaries to formally inaugurate the barrack, which has an epitaph bearing the names of the 33 people who were killed in the April bank robbery in the town, Lai Mohammed described as unfortunate and wondered how criminals have suddenly found sanctuary in the state.
It's unfortunate that Kwara State in recent time has become notorious for criminality. Kwara State in recent time has made headlines for wrong reasons.
It is to this end that he appealed to the Inspector General of Police to, as a matter of urgency, find a lasting solution to the problem, bearing in mind the approaching elections.
Those who witnessed what happened a few days ago in Ilorin would agree with me that cultists, hoodlums, hooligans, and brigands are still very much active in Kwara State. So my appeal to the police, especially the run-up to the general elections, is that you must please redouble your efforts. You must please ensure that every citizen of this state is free to cast his vote, and that his vote will not only be counted, but his vote will count. And the only way you can assure this, you can assure us of this, is by ensuring that you rid the state of all criminal elements before general election. We're not asking you to do this just because of the elections. We're asking you to do this for all times.
Representative of the Kwara State Governor also reinforced the need for the emulation of the offer efforts at complementing government to provide security.
It is common knowledge that security is the business of all. This is because without adequate protection, peace can neither be assured nor sustained, and without order, development will be a mirage.
For the Inspector General of Police, the establishment of the mobile police base in Offa is not to provide a platform for settling scores, but rather the personnel must remain neutral and see the safety of lives and property as their primary role.
The decision to create this squadron was equal to the consideration of how to prevent violent armed robbery attacks in the town, as well as requests made by stakeholders in the state, especially the Offa Dissident Union. The aim is to ensure that lives and property of law-abiding citizens of the country residents here are well secured.
The Olofa of Offa, who handed over the keys to the barracks to the representative of the Inspector General of Police, was full of praise for the achievement, saying Offa sons and daughters have done him proud by completing the project in 6 months. National President of our Development Union, Najim Yasin, explained that the April attack on banks in Offa, which claimed 33 lives, in no small way reawakened their consciousness and are determined to do more to complement government. The project cost is put at 700 million naira. In Offa, Kwara State, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
As still on security issues, the Nigeria Police Force, through joint efforts with the Nigerian Air Force, has arrested 2 principal suspects and 3 others in connection with the death of the former Chief of Defence Staff, Air Chief Marshal Alex Bade. The police, however, declined parading the suspects, as it has been the tradition, saying it can lead to security breach as investigation has been intensified. The Chief of the Air Staff had earlier disclosed the synergy with relevant security agencies to ensure perpetrators of the crime are brought to justice. It will be recorded that the former Chief of Defence Staff was killed on the evening of Tuesday, December 18th, 2018, while returning from his farm along Abuja Kefi Road. In other news, the Chairman Presidential Advisory Committee on the Elimination of Drug Abuse, General Muhammadu Boba Mawa, says the committee is devising preventive measures against the menace. Rayanu Bala reports that General Mawa was speaking in Yola on the mandate of the committee, saying that drug abuse must stop in the interests of the development of the country.
The increasing rate of drug abuse, especially among the youths in the country, is a great concern to the government and the society as a whole. The recent inauguration of the Presidential Advisory Committee on the Elimination of Drug Abuse, therefore, is to provide solutions that will deal with the menace head-on. Chairman of the committee, General Muhammadu Buba Marwa, says the committee is already intensifying effort through consultations with relevant bodies to address the ugly trend.
We look at how the various agencies, Customs, NAFDAC, NDLEA, Immigration, and the others, how they interact, how they work together towards preventing drugs from getting into the country.
According to him, for any society to develop, youths must be engaged in productive ventures and avoid drugs, which the committee is committed to end it.
There's a poverty element, and the government is fighting, as you know, to get more jobs, N-Power, trader money, a lot of schemes, agriculture, so many schemes from the president towards getting more employment for Nigerians.
In Yola, Rayanu Bala, NTA News.
If you just joined us, you're watching Panorama live on the network service of the NTA. We shall take a break now. The news returns in a bit.
The struggle for independence had been a long and tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA, growing with the nation.
together. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's stop fighting each other. Let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, your tribe or religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are. Put Nigeria first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
Nigeria, the only country we can train with remarkable potentials to excel. Let us believe in ourselves and change our attitude for the sake of our country and generations unborn. Let us revive our cultural values, which are our essence as a nation. Let us renew the spirit of patriotism and hope in our dear country. Do not take or give bribe. Be punctual always. No more African time. We can't expect to be global citizens and operate on African time. Join the queue. Insist that people are attended to on a first-come basis, no matter who they are or where they come from.
Nigeria, good people, great nation.
Glad to have you back. In continuation of visits to families in Abuja, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo had a chat with residents of Games Village, emphasizing President Buhari's determination to ensure that the country remains on the right track to progress. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
Just like the biblical visit, the Vice President's visit to some residents of the Federal Capital Territory is one that brings an assurance of more good things to come from the Buhari administration. At the Games Village, where Vice President Yemi Osinbajo met with Olatunji Sanwo's family, residents had the opportunity to have one-on-one chat with the Vice President. Some of them who spoke to NTA News expressed gratitude for the visit.
His effort for coming out to speak with each one of us, at least I appreciate that. That's something. So today I have the opportunity to speak for the Vice President of Nigeria. That's something, and I'm happy about it.
In his next 4 years, he is going to prove that Nigeria belongs to Nigerians, and he is going to do a very, very good job. With the coming in of the Vice President to my estate is something else, is a sign of a lift up to Nigeria, because this is a community of more than 6,000 to 7,000 people here. We have children and kids, and any angle we have from zone 1 to zone 5, and any street you go to, all the kids are saying 4 plus 4, which is 8.
Into politics, assume office, it's very difficult to really meet with them and have one-on-one with them. But with programs like this, where the president, vice president meets with citizens, get to feel them, get to know, I think it's a welcome development. It's very nice.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo also had chat with residents of New Kushingaru, delivering the message of the president to continue providing security and opportunities for better living.
Muhammadu Buhari, now he wants to see how he go help common man, anybody where they work, where they try to look for work. If they look for how he go help them, how they go help them, make them find work, make them find money, do their work. If not farm, you they farm, how we go help you with your family.
At Wuse 2, where the Vice President met with some youths and advised them to vote right, he expressed the determination of the President to continue the focus on youth empowerment that would guarantee a greater future. In Abuja, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, has again pledged fairness and equity in the coverage of activities of political parties and in the general elections. Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, reaffirmed his commitment when a former DG, Professor Tony Redia, presented a lecture on election coverage to management staff of the authority in Abuja. Olainka Ojo reports.
One thing that is on the lips of most Nigerians and key players in the electoral process is the 2019 elections. It is with this in mind that the management of the largest television invited one of the authority's veterans to share his expertise and experiences in election coverage, as the television station plans to give the 2019 elections the best ever coverage in its more than 40 years of existence. Professor Redia emphasized having a strong, experienced, vibrant and knowledgeable political desk that understands election processes. Voting, which is the top event in the activities that make up elections, Professor Tony Redia said, is only a component which is preceded by very important other components which most media pay little attention to. He urged the information managers to improvise ways of surmounting challenges they are confronted with on a daily basis and avoid self-censorship and timidity.
Nowadays, what people do is that they just wait for voting. And once you do that, you've made a mistake. Preparing for coverage of election cannot start on the election year.
NTA's Director General, Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, said the organization is poised to ensure the best coverage of elections compared to what was obtainable in the past.
We are going to be fair and we are going to be equitable, but NTA is not going to organize events for any political party. We'll go out of our way, like the DD said, even if we are not invited, we'll invite ourselves.
The interaction with Professor Redia is part of the preparations by the NTA towards a professional and successful coverage of the 2019 elections. Olainka Ojo, NTA News.
And still on the forthcoming general elections, President Muhammadu Buhari will today launch the 2019 presidential campaign of the All Progressives Congress, APC. According to the party's National Publicity Secretary, Larry Issa Onilu, the president will use the occasion to present the scorecard of the administration and its successes and its three cardinal objectives, which include security, economy, and the fight against corruption. He will also outline his vision and programs for Nigerians for the next 4 years. Miriam Vincent Oko has the situation report from the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo, venue of the event.
A visit to the venue of the APC presidential campaign flag-off shows that finishing touches were being put in place to ensure a smooth event. The various committees working for the success of the flag-off also had a joint inspection of the Godswill Akpabio 30,000 capacity international stadium.
The logistics in terms of expected crowds, how the crowds will be controlled, issues of security, all of those details have been worked upon.
It's very significant that he has decided to come and kickstart his campaigns for 2019 from the South and from Akwa Ibom said, and I can tell you, my people cannot wait to cast their ballots for him.
The Obong Sima-Ikere campaign office is also a beehive of activity as APC supporters thronged the office as they eagerly await the president's campaign team.
We are so happy and we can't wait to have it.
It's a sign of serious honor that the government of Buhari has done to Akwa Ibom people.
At the time, NTA News visited the Akwa Ibom State Police Headquarters, Ikodok-Panabia. A team of mobile police officers were seen arriving the command.
We have increased visibility policing around the metropolis, and the route lining will be very, very effective.
The campaign will feature the presentation of flags to the governorship candidates from the South region. In Uyo, Marian Vincent Oko, NTA News.
In a related development, the Director of Strategic Communications, President Buhari Campaign Organization, Festus Keyamo, says the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, should bear the cost and tire of corruption alone and not drag President Buhari into it. Festus Keyamo says with the latest refrain of the PDP linking some phantom shares in Etisalat and Keystone Bank to the family of the president, it is obvious that the PDP presidential candidate is set to release a series of unsubstantiated allegations against President Buhari and Vice President Osinbajo. He said with the latest revelation that the said shares are rather linked to relatives of Atiku Abubakar, it has become a case of the thief, calling the farm owner the thief. While the president and the vice president are prepared and willing to answer any genuine inquiry raised about their stewardship, Nigerians, the statement noted, should always ask the critical questions as to where, when, how, names, dates and addresses in respect of any allegations raised by the opposition before giving any credence to it. And next is sports.
Liverpool's push for a first English title in 29 years faces another test when they host Arsenal on Saturday at Anfield. But the Reds manager Jurgen Klopp has called on his players to show even more when they resume the Premier League services against Arsenal. Manchester City have slipped 15 goals and will arrive at Southampton without a clean sheet in the previous 9 games in all competitions. Manchester United caretaker boss Ole Gunnar will look to continue his 100% winning start as they take on Bournemouth at Old Trafford also on Sunday. The Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Ekubu Ibn Mohammed, has received Team NTA that emerged champions of the just concluded Sports Writers Association of Nigeria FCT Swan Cup tournament in Abuja. Team NTA successfully defended the title they won at the 2017 edition after a 2-0 victory over Team People's Daily at this year's final. Aside winning the 5-a-side football competition, Team NTA is runners-up in the table tennis session and also received individual awards with Kene Imabuduke winning the Swan Best Sports TV Presenter of the Year award.
So we are now 2/3 of the way. Let's hope that next year, 2019, we'll be able to win it so that it will adorn my office. Thank you very much.
And recognizing their efforts, NTA's management rewarded the team financially.
Package on Panorama today. Many thanks for your time.
Everyone wants power, so feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the You Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Information is power. Everyone wants power, so feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the You Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Sheer adventurism is driving me to go deep into the Onyama mines. It is the biggest coal mine in the whole of South. Well, the coronation of the new Oni is a watershed in the history of the Yoruba land generally, and Ife in particular. Now, because they have a leader now, that will... Simply put, Gura is a beautiful countryside with awesome landscapes. If something differently would be done to the Nigerian textile industries, that our youth would be employed. Church here can tell you. Service in Holy Rosa is in Benin. We are taking a canoe tour of the communities on the bank of River Niger in Ketsu. There is a manifest glory in Nigerian arts. It finds expression in manifold formats. To even a casual observer, it will be difficult to be missed by virtue of its genius, its beauty, and its universal appeal. Globally, arts and crafts are about the heritage of a people, heritage viewed as reflective of the processes of evolution of societies, the work they do, the ceremony they perform, the religion they practice, the reality of their environment, and what thoughts are brought to bear on the daily running of their societies. Talking about the evolution of the people, viewed from the prism of their arts and craft, Nigeria is one expansive tableau of ancient societies and empires. The Nigerian canvas is a reality of different environments, different people, and different worldviews emerging in one space, united and flourishing. Over time, Nigerian arts and craft have put a marker in the global space. They etch their name in gold. The genius of Nigerian people on this score is long recognized and adored. It is almost unheard of that Nigeria will come out for discussion globally without a mention of its strides in arts and crafts. There is a new world unfolding for the Nigerian arts and crafts today. It is simple to the eye. Its potentials can change the world. It is not often you find the opportunity to be confronted with an exhibition of Nigerian arts unedited. If you do, the memories linger. So it was that for a whole week, National Council for Arts and Culture put up an international exhibition of Nigerian arts and crafts in Abuja in their different expressions and diversity. It was naturally beautiful. Thousands turned out for it. Various themes and messages were articulated. Love of art radiates across all the arena. One of the beautiful aspects of the exhibition is the expose that culture is an international thing. In fact, in this exhibition, there were so many countries, and the interaction, the relationship that has been developed is a significant indication that culture and art has one voice, and internationally they can interrelate. I find it rather difficult to devote this international arts exhibition with showbiz. The glamour is comparable. The global appeal no less so. Actually, this exhibition in particular is driven towards exposing Nigerian craftsmen and women to international platforms. It is not like Nigerian arts and crafts are not known to the world. They are, but National Council of Arts wants a situation where at all times Nigerian iconic art will be exposed to full global view. It is as well opening a window of cultural exchange among nations of the world. In line with this objective, 27 countries of the world were part of this exhibition, not merely as observers, but as participants exhibiting their own arts, interacting with the Nigerian counterparts and sharing ideas.
See, there's a secret in Africa that for a very long time we've not really tapped into. that's discovering of the strength of our arts. Now, a lot of crafts are being produced in Nigeria, taken to other parts of the world, and taking the credit outside Nigeria. So what I decided to do with the international arts and craft is to open a new window where the ordinary Nigerian person can interact with all the networking platforms of developing arts and craft in the history of the world. We have about 27 countries. So right now, some of our arts, creative industry people have made some connection, they've made some network. Now, one other fundamental missing item is e-selling, e-marketing, which our people have not been taking advantage of. Now, people use Facebook, they use Instagram, they use all these platforms to discuss love, greetings. People are doing business with them. So we've been able to untap and unlock that platform again.
Within the framework of this exhibition, Nigeria feels and actually floats what it describes as an international cultural diplomacy for peace. It finds definitive expression with Olusegun Oransewe, Nigeria's Mr. Culture and Arts.
Now, you see, cultural diplomacy is the missing link why we're having all these hate speeches, disagreements, etc. If we diplomatically accept our culture as it is, there will be less friction in the system.
What I find interesting about the objectives of this exhibition is the fact that they are actionable objectives. Within the scope of the programs, countries and Nigerian states were given platforms to give an insight of what they are made of in terms of their culture, arts and crafts. There are days for participating countries to give a picture of their cultures and their stance for exhibition of their crafts. Well, one of the most interesting aspects of this exhibition is the international aspect of it. So many countries were brought in to be witnesses and to be part of Nigeria's cultural exhibition or arts exhibition, and it has been very brilliant. It is possible that arts thrives in tenacity. This Hungarian woman schooled her artistic soul to the making of this mosaic. For the days I was attending this exhibition, she was at it. It was not the only work on the Hungarian stand, though, in this international expo.
We are preparing from Nigerian Ankara materials. It's basically waste materials. We need to use all small pieces. And the target with this art piece is that we would like give as a present, as a gift for,
it's a gift item.
Yes, for organizers of this event, this exhibition. Yes,
but it needs so much attention. You have been onto this since yesterday. I see you.
But I can do it very fast now. Yes.
My sister Agota here is an interesting person. She's a beautiful artist who is, well, just very beautiful in her art. Mr. Agota here, we have been able to discuss a lot of things with her. What fascinates me more was the exhibition you see here on this board. Nigerian children, obviously. It was done by an Hungarian artist.
Irene Becker, she's a very famous Hungarian artist, photo artist, and she took these photos, yes, here in Nigeria, all.
So what kind of art I want to use? This
is a art photo. It's beautiful topics and beautiful colors, very detailed pictures. Really nice.
And she has a theme to them or just...
Same, yes. You can write there about the artist, Irene Becker. Is a very well-known artist in Europe. She won lots of prizes and awards.
Okay, she's an award winner and won a lot of prizes.
Yes.
No, obviously, based on the things you have. So you have been having people to come to talk to you?
Oh, a lot of, yes. It's very, very big success.
The experience shared from the Hungarian stand is basically a factor in the spirit of the whole exhibition. Countries of the world participating in the exhibition generally rejoice in their participation and the experience they are taking back home. Iran enjoyed rich participation too. Its exhibition stand has scores of people coming. Within the prism of cultural exchanges between nations of the world, special days were allocated to selected nations to showcase aspects of their cultural heritage to the global audience. I was armed with my camera on Bangladesh Day. Speeches apart, their participation featured dances and costumes reflecting different events and festivals in the lives of their people. There are varieties reflecting geographical location, terrain, climate, food time that are more common to the people. Not only were nation states allocated states to showcase their cultural heritage as a measure of cultural exchange, Nigerian states were similarly accorded such platforms. Ogun State is one of the beneficiaries. It did not disappoint. It came forward with its history of tie and dye, an aspect of its dress sense which it showcased. It also came forward with a variety of dances. Over 20 Nigerian states took a stand at this international expo, each state coming forward with aspects of the arts and crafts unique to it. The exhibition was so grand. A whole new world was unfolded. Nigerian people and the world community have deep attachment with arts. The story, however, is this. There is the burning desire among conveners of this exhibition to use arts and craft to put food on the table of millions of Nigerians. As well as that, there is the desire to encourage the use of creative talents and skill for the glory of Nigeria, the development of humanity, and for wealth creation. There are cases within the exhibition stand that speaks of people that are pushing themselves to make a difference with their arts. I'm here with a worksman, a woodworker, somebody who can make wonders, can make magic with the kind of wood he handles. You can see all these pictures. It tells you of what comes out of his brain. And in practice, he's here all along. Beautiful to see you work.
Thank you, sir.
Did you make all these things I see?
Yeah, the woodwork. The woodwork, all this, the mask, we make them.
And then what are the other ones? The bronze work?
Yeah, the bronze work is for somebody. He just gave us to keep it in the stand so that he can make his own markets too.
Well, how long have you been doing this? It's beautiful. It looks beautiful to me.
Yeah, you know, after school, and I check, instead of working here and there, and I love art. Art is my life. Even in school, I do art. People thought I study art. So I decided to just join and do it as a profession. You know, I've been...
So you're a professional artist now?
Yeah, I'm a professional artist.
Tell me, what does it mean to be a professional artist in Nigeria today, as far as your experience is concerned?
Yeah, as far as my experience is concerned, you know, it's not easy. For you to be an outstanding artist in Nigeria, you have to work very, very hard. And you have to be doing something exceptional, you understand?
Yeah. So what does it mean? What do you mean working hard? And what do you mean do things exceptional? Tell me.
Like normal day-to-day work, you know, you work 6 hours. No. You as an artist, like me, after working in my workshop, you understand, even at home, I do some other work like sketchings, drawings, you understand. I can't just... I find it idly sitting down just like that, even resting at night. So mostly I work late nights, and when I sleep in the morning...
You don't rest?
No, I rest. When you rest like from around 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, you have rest enough.
So you have
rest? Yes.
But is it fulfilling? At the end of the day,
I have that fulfillment, you understand. It's just my own way of
life. Not only fulfillment because you are a professional, you want to do the job. You get money out of it.
Yeah, I make money out of it also. But most of the work I do at home is not for money even. It's just for my own joy. You understand?
You do it unpleasant.
Yeah.
So for how long have you been coming to exhibitions like that?
I've not gone lots of exhibitions, you understand, because mostly we do work in our workshop and we just display everything there.
So you sell?
Yeah, we sell.
To who? Who are your customers mainly?
Mainly our major customers actually are not Nigerians. Are like Europeans, China, you understand?
So they are gift items?
Yeah, they take it, some buy it as a souvenir, you understand? Some gift items, and some use it as a decoration in their own houses. Yeah.
I am concerned, committed and happy as this Kaba is. I wonder whether he's bringing people up. His response is an insight into the mind of Nigerian youth as far as hard work is entailed.
Not yet, but if I can get some other boys, I can train them. But mostly the problem now is that you hardly find youths that are ready to work hard, you understand, to put their mind into something last.
So coming to this exhibition now, what has been your experience?
It's very joyful, it's very good. You know, you will see different kind of work. The ones you have not even imagined, you will see it, and then you will add it to yourself, you understand. Like now, I know the concepts and mediums I can still use and produce different kind of work, apart from this carving work.
As noble as this exhibition is, it also features pre-skills acquisition workshops and training segments. This is a big deal. One of the most abiding legacy of this project is obviously the hands-on training that is given to various classes of youth in various forms of art, crafts, and fashion indeed. My sister Jane Michael here is a trainer on fashion, and when I ask her about fashion, she said anything, any language that fashion can speak. The people who are receiving hands-on training here are getting them. Beautiful work you are doing, Madam Jane, obviously. So for how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing this for 15 years now.
15 years? Yeah. No, you come to this expo.
Yeah, this is the third year now.
The third year. And how many people do you have now that you are training?
For now, I think we are up to 300. 300, yeah.
And under this short?
Yes, sir. And you can see they're all doing well. They all did all this.
So show me.
Okay. As you can see, this is actually what we started with.
I like this, the shoes?
Yes. We use, this is like a rubber shoe.
Okay.
We might use the Ankara to wrap it.
Add value?
Yes, add value to it. We also have like the betul sopas.
Show me, anything you have, show me.
This is just an ordinary betul sopas. You know, so instead of just being a betul sopa, we can just, you know, add some things on it to make it look beautiful. Like you can also wear it out, like taking it out for a party or, you know, office or something.
Yeah, obviously what these people are doing mostly is to add value to what exists already. Mr. Jane here is telling me that this is a bathroom slippers. Obviously it is, you can't miss it. But then they add value to it. They use an Ankara and design it finely. It looks chic. You can take it to parties or to wherever you think. Souvenirs, obviously, and a lot more things like that.
Proudly Nigeria.
Yes, obviously, proudly Nigerian, she said. Now, apart, you treat only shoes or you do other things?
We do a lot. Look at the fascinators.
Okay.
We did all this.
This is a wig or what?
No, like this, just for your hair. You can do it like this.
Oh, it looks glorious. Yeah, it looks glorious. Obviously. So you all do it here?
So many, as you can see. So many. This is another one. Different concepts, you know.
Oh, fine. Yeah.
And then we have the fan. Like.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
This is actually made from petals.
Okay.
Petals, the one we use for decoration.
Okay, so you just collect it's like a confetti.
Yeah, we just have to be very, very innovative.
Yeah, innovative.
Turn it into like an fan for parties.
Okay. Jen, tell me, you are doing this for free?
Yeah, for free.
Oh, I thought you have not been brought here by the National Council for Arts.
I'm actually under them, but whatever I'm doing is for free.
But what of the materials that you buy? The material
provided it.
Oh,
yeah, the NTA provided.
And the people, how do you bring the people? Do you charge them?
No, for free.
Sure?
Yeah. Just to empower them and make them better youths of tomorrow.
Okay, but are they learning?
Of course, you can see what they've done. Oh, sorry. Where is the feathers umbrella? Is it here?
Okay.
No, it's not here. Oh my God. Why? Okay. This is an umbrella made with Ankara fabric.
Jen is apparently telling me that this is uniquely Nigerian. But I think the unique thing about this is the ingenuity that is being brought to bear into the making of these things like that. Just you use your brain and come up with the inventive ideas, and it works well for them. They obviously.
My glass case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Proudly Nigeria, sir.
This young woman is actually a beneficiary of this training, and her excitement knows no bounds. Oh, a beautiful thing you are wearing. Looks pleasing to me.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
You make it here or you come to look for it?
I learned it here from my teacher there. So I made it myself using an ankara to wrap it, and you can see it's looking very nice on me. This is my earring, and this is my necklace. I even have my bangle. Oh. So yeah, and even what I'm wearing on my foot. Yeah. So I learned so many things. I'm very, very grateful.
I didn't get your name. What's your name, you say?
My name is Charity.
Okay, Charity, come. Yeah. You mean by the time you came to this place, you cannot make sense like that?
I didn't. There was no single day. I couldn't even make anything. But after a week or two, let me just say, a few days, I learned so many things. I learned how to make these, my bangle, my necklace, my earrings, so many things. Also, even my fascinators.
So how do you know this thing is taking place? How do you know it is happening?
Okay. I was actually told by my friend that has been attending it. She attended the one of last year. Oh. So I was like, okay, I can't miss this opportunity to learn this. So I had to just grab it with all hands to come and learn this. And I'm very, very, very happy. I'm so very excited.
So now that you learn, what is next? What is the next thing for you?
For we to learn?
You have learned these things.
Yeah, I've learned.
What is the next stage for you now?
Next stage, like what I would advise.
What will you do with the skill you
Definitely.
learned?
I'm going to start up a business. I'm an evil lady. I'm going to start up a business with this. Start up a small business, and hopefully by God's grace it's going to grow, as people are going to like what I made by my hand. This time around, I don't have to go and use my CV and go searching for job, from one office to another, because I know I can actually do all these things, and I'm so very happy because
so how much did you pay to come here?
I paid nothing. This is just it's free, and I'm very, very happy.
West Wales Clinics is another remarkable feature of this exhibition. Great by all means. This is an old tire. These have been wasted tires. They have been thrown away. Apparently, those who threw them away thought they have done with them for good and for life. Well, it is not so much so, because people who knows how to take advantage of things like that are now transforming tires like these ones into beautiful items of furniture like these ones. Can you believe? Inside here is a used tire, but see how it has been finely dressed to look beautiful as a beautiful item of furniture that everybody would adore. You talk of West Wales training. I think I've gotten it here. Madam, sir, how has it been going? What a beautiful thing you are having here.
Beautiful. We started this training on Monday, and so far our people have been able to learn.
How many people have you been able to train so far on this?
Over 50. Over 50 people have learned. You can see these are some of the samples our apprentices have produced. This is their assignment, and these some of them that they've done. Bring the stand.
So it's not only about old tire that you use.
Yes. We recycle old tires to valuable things like center table, chairs, executive chairs. You can see this with rolling leg.
Oh, okay.
So we recycle a lot of.
So it doesn't have to be the tire. Maybe you cut the tires. Sometimes you cut them to shape them into things you want.
Shapes.
Okay.
Then we use other materials.
Okay.
To get the finishing.
Okay.
See, this is made by that woman. This is also produced by this lady you are seeing standing.
Oh, okay.
So all from waste. We pick them from gutters and wash them. Now they can make a living out of this.
What is beautiful about this is that over 100 people have been trained. People that before had no skill, had no means of income. Mila Mahmoud has an interesting story to tell. He is an artist, and these are examples of his art. But then, the beauty of his art is that he is using a medium, a straw medium, which he says many feel is a waste. But he's using it to turn beautiful things into wealth. He is a wealthy man using a straw. But looking at these things, it looks like it's going to be painstaking. Because what you are telling me is all these things are these constructs which you are using.
Yes.
It must be laborious.
It is very, very painstaking, and you have to exercise caution and care in order to get results like this. You know, you have to go through the process of peeling the construct and dressing it, and also applying gum in order to stick it to the sketch.
The Arts and Crafts exhibition is generally a beautiful experience, an exposition that there is wonderful life to be discovered in arts and crafts, and it can be used for national advantage. On the day of the clothing ceremony, that picture was given a realistic symbolism. There was the official launch of the International Diplomacy for Peace. The night of the clothing ceremony was restless. In between breathtaking drums are what many participants are going back homeward from the exhibition.
Culture for Peace and Unity, you could see this lady that exhibited the drum beater, you know, what she has exhibited. All her artists, they are wearing different attires of Nigeria. When you come to Abuja, Abuja is a cauldron of national unity. An occasion such as this exhibits Nigeria, brings Nigeria out as a nation that everybody belongs to everybody.
It is only fitting that the Director General of the National Council for Arts and Culture had the last word on this exhibition.
I feel extremely fulfilled that Nigeria has been able to showcase one of its best to the whole world. Today, we've been able to open Nigerian frontier to the whole world. I say here we are. We have what it takes in arts and craft. We are networking Nigerian art and craft to the whole world. We also was launching diplomatic peace initiative. This is a new product. We cannot continue to wait for all over the world to tell us what to do. So this is a new opening.